The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's been a hard day on the tools. Lads haven't even had a chance to talk about
the big leagues.
At school, we've been learning a lot of pointless dribble. Finally, I get to learn about
the big leagues.
Well, everyone's agreed to drop everything because it's 3 o'clock. And Hamish and Andy have declared today's topic is...
Good luck, champ. It's the big leagues.
It's Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you for another happy hour. It's one topic per day on this show. People have gone to hamishandandy.com/topics and helped build it. On today's topic, the big league, Ham.
And a giant show today because I, in about 40 minutes' time, am offering us as a show and as a friendship duo and trio. I'll throw Jack in there.
Wow. Thank you. In the friendship trio? Is it still a friendship trio?
Yeah.
Great.
I know you often refer to him as just an acquaintance on the show, but I'll throw this in there as a friendship trio.
Wow.
I'm offering us the chance at global fame.
This is exciting, Jack.
It's only been 5 years until I first get mentioned as a friend.
Yeah, this is an up.
Do you want global fame, though, or not?
I would love global fame.
Do you want global fame, Andy?
Well, if Jack's getting it, I may as well have something.
Well, I want global fame. I think we all want global fame.
So in 40 minutes' time, you're going to give us the chance. What are
This is
our chances?
40%?
Yeah, we got a better chance with Jack or without?
Oh. No, yeah, we need you, Jack.
Yes.
40 with Jack, 38
You are
without.
definitely my friend now, Jack, and certainly not an acquacquance.
What do you need me for? Am I a
Well,
drummer
I
or
need you to
something?
get. I need you to get a 40% chance of global fame.
Admin and follow-ups.
Well, that's exciting.
Ando, if that's not the big leagues, I don't know what is. And this is an idea. I reckon this could be our biggest idea ever.
Really?
I'm not mucking around.
Seems like you are a little bit, but we're only a 40% chance.
Well, it's so crazy that if it was easy to do, someone would have done it.
It's in 40 minutes' time. Everybody, happy hour, Hamish and Andy. Happy hour, Hamish and Andy with you for Australian Dairy, everyone. One topic per day. It's all about the big leagues today, Ham, and we're about to take people through the highs and lows of establishing themselves in the big league.
Let's start with a high,
Yeah.
and a young man named Artie. Artie, how are you?
Hi, how are you, boys?
Yeah, very
now,
well.
You would say,
Not as well as you, though.
You would say you've hit the big leagues, Artie?
I would, yeah. I've just been recently promoted to becoming an assistant head chef in my shop.
Assistant
it's at a
head
bakery.
chef.
It's a bakery, so
Oh,
you're
yeah.
assistant head
It's a
baker.
bakery.
Hang
Yes,
on,
I'm a baker.
But bakers are chefs.
Bread chefs.
Bread chefs. Well, Artie, I think it's
A baker's a subcategory of...
a chef.
Well,
Yes, that's correct.
Well,
but I would say, Artie, it sounds...
are you a chef, though? I mean, you're a baker, which is a hugely prestigious position. But
I work as a baker, but I do pride myself in being a chef as well, like
Bread
back
chef.
at home.
I think he's a chef.
of bread.
Well, yes, but Artie, I think it sounds slightly better to be an assistant head chef than an assistant head baker. Would you agree?
That's correct. Yeah, I'd rather call myself a chef instead of a baker. You do a lot more being a chef than a baker, to be honest.
Well, I mean, let's
you
face
get to work
facts.
with things that aren't dough.
Let's face facts. You are a baker. That's the current position. Why is this the big leagues, though? Why is moving up a rank the big leagues?
The one I'm really proud of is actually that they call me up to a meeting and they teach me how to. I'm one of the first to learn new recipes. It's a franchise baker, so
All right.
Now,
actually,
yeah.
as a matter of fact, I'm actually working on a new recipe. It's not for the shop itself, but I do experiment at home.
Oh, right.
And
Hang
after
on. Are you...
Artie, are you having a go at becoming a bit of a mixmaster here?
I'm not going to say that it's going to be as good, but I am actually working on a Parmigiana burger.
Oh!
Whoa! Wow. I mean, for people that aren't familiar with the show, he recently had the Nanajana, which was Brent's reimagining of the Parmigiana, which was made in an Indian restaurant.
That's correct. Yeah, I've listened to the podcast so many times, and I've even visited your website for the video and the pictures. Greatly inspired by it, and I'm going to try out my own.
You are entering the big leagues in two fronts. Not only are you head or second assistant to the chef / baker, you are now entering the leagues of becoming a mix master. Let us know how it goes.
That's correct, definitely, yeah. If I'm lucky, I might get a gold watch.
Yo, good luck.
There's big leagues and then there's the Justice League kind of level. Thanks, Hardy.
Thank you very much, Ham.
Let's just leave that there before things get completely insane. But that's huge.
Well, from a tale of something as high as that, Ham,
Yep.
to the trials of joining the big leagues. We've had him on before. His name's Darren. Phantom
Truckie.
Yes, the Phantom Truckie joins us, mate. As soon as you got to the big leagues, you realised it was tough.
How you going, boys?
Yeah, really good, mate.
I did. I made it to the big leagues. I actually got on with an oil company as a tanker driver.
Is that as far as kind of the hierarchy of truck drivers, is carrying the oil one of the hardest ones, is it?
Well, when it comes to petrol, that used to be the best paid job. Everyone tried to get into it because of the conditions. Everything was just fantastic.
And you save on petrol, probably. You just scoop a little bit out of your tank and put it in your own truck.
You don't do that, not with an oil company. You can do anything else.
Yeah.
You can burn a truck to the ground.
Yeah.
Do not steal a litre of petrol.
I reckon they would have reviewed the burn the truck to the ground whenever you want rule.
So talk us through what troubled you, Darren. If you hit the big leagues, you're carrying oil in your truck.
I'd only been there a couple of weeks. I was feeling pretty good about myself. And I was at a service station. I had the hoses running into the ground. The petrol was going down. I jumped in the passenger seat to do some paperwork, and the young lady from behind the counter came out and was standing there just having a chat.
Yeah.
And we were just talking for a few minutes and nothing out of the ordinary. Then she said, I was just wondering, should that be doing that? And I looked out the door and there's a geyser of petrol coming out of the ground.
Oh. You hadn't struck a new petrol well, had you?
Not quite. Yeah. We had an airlock in the system and had blown the cap off a dip tube, and I put 3,000 litres of petrol down the drain.
Right.
So when you said before that you should take a litre, I assume the same stands for 3,000.
Yeah.
No, if you do it by accident and you own up to it, I was pretty worried. I had to ring the terminal and talk to my leading hand, and I thought, this is 2 weeks into the job, and I better start searching the classifieds again.
Yeah.
And his response very calmly was, get a water hose, clean it up, say nothing, we'll change the computer work. It didn't happen.
Wow.
3,000 litres just wiped off the system.
and just on a stroke of the computer, it's gone. And as he said to me, laddie, on night shift, there's no such thing as a spill or a shandy. There's nothing we can't cover up.
Oh, yes, Darren.
And I'm not prepared to tell you which oil company it was.
No,
not at all. We'll start another Gulf War. We're already in too deep. We know too much.
Thank you, mate. It's happy hour, Hamish and Andy. Haim, the big leagues for us is landing the big fish, Adam Levine.
Which we think we have.
If you've just tuned in, welcome to the show. This show's one topic per day. Today the topic is about big leagues, but there's also been a side theme, which is a psychic dream that my mate Hamish had. The dream, he envisaged Adam Levine singing his song Daylight, but a different version, one written by you and I.
Yep.
A better version.
Not funny, better.
Yeah, not funny, better. It turned out to be a Christmas version.
Yep.
At an unfinished water park.
It was our end of year show. That date, 29th of November, is rapidly approaching, and all the puzzle pieces are falling into place. We have the unfinished water park, Wet and Wild. We have the song written. We had Adam Levine, pretty much a yes.
Well,
90%.
He hasn't reached out yet, but the vibe is good.
So he's sort of assumed to be on his way. Everything's been going well, but we realised, because we wrote the song, we wrote the chorus, and then it was just sitting there for a long time just as the chorus. And we thought, to properly fulfil the prophecy of this dream, the song has to be fully written so Levine can hear about it.
Tony Barber failed doing that. Yes, ex-quiz show host. He let us down.
Current nemesis of the show.
He was going to help us. That's when Marcus rose, and he was sent in off his own bat without being asked.
The full thing.
Here's a sample.
It's alright, I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
Got the new wife and some Christmas food.
Well done, Marcus. He
So
joins
good.
us now as well.
He joins us now. How are you, Marcus?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Feeling good. Now, we had a few changes we wanted to make to the song. Probably the one bit where we're creatively clashing at the moment is there's the bit in the song that next goes, oh, whoa, ho, oh, whoa, ho.
Yeah.
I wanted that changed to Christmas Christmas.
Marcus, you're still working on that, but the rest of the changes have been made.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the whole song?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
So we did try the ho-hos, and I mean, it wasn't quite there yet. So, I mean, I put a little draft track down with the combo ho-hos Christmas.
Yep.
I think it's going to work.
Yeah, great.
Hey, Marcus, since you came, onto the scene in yesterday's show, which is just incredible, we've had another submission from New Zealand. I just want to play a little bit for you. It's from a girl called Maud.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, we're feeling good. Got me a new wife and some Christmas food. Yeah, it's Christmas. There's no time for greed. 'Cause with you, girl, I got all I need.
Really good, isn't it?
It is very good, guys.
Yeah. So, look, my question to you, Marcus, and you're selling yourself here. Don't be trying to be humble, but
Don't try and be noble.
Which version do you think's better, the Marcus TM or Maud TM?
Well, I got to say she has a great voice.
Yeah, sure.
But it is a guy singing in the original track.
I mean, we
On that basis, I would give preference to mine, but I mean, that's not her fault. That's not her fault.
We're glad we said that. Glad you said that, Marcus, because we've got a huge announcement for you. Haim, you take it away.
We should point out we are equal opportunity song employers, but if that's your call, Marcus, okay. Here's the thing. Adam Levine's a 90 to 95% chance to make it. You've heard all the hooks we've put in the water, calling his agent.
What?
Letting him know.
On Twitter through Malibu Run.
If there's some sort of airline strike or whatever, and he isn't able to get there on the day, we need a backup. We need someone to be the substitute Levine, Marcus.
Okay, guys, I'll stop you there because I feel like I know what's coming, and there's something I should mention. And between now and the last time we spoke, someone's actually come up to me and mentioned that I look a bit like Adam Levine.
Really?
Well, that is more reason to pick your version over Maud. I mean, would you be...
Hey, could it be that you saw Marcus singing it?
Andy, I don't know, man. It certainly looked like Adam Levine.
I have no idea what Marcus looks like. Do you mean? I mean, it's just the kind of thing where Marcus when you say to someone, "Oh, you've got a new girlfriend. What does she look like?" and they go, "Oh, she's a mixture between Penelope Cruz, but with the body of Claudia Schiffer," and then you meet them and go, "Oh, geez,
just a brunette." No, Marcus,
or do you actually look like Adam Levine?
Was this unprovoked?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but was this unprovoked? Who said it?
It was someone who I've never met before.
Wow.
Probably a talent scout.
Well,
okay. Well, here's the thing. Will you accept the role of substitute Levine?
Look, guys, I'm a bit worried that maybe I want to make sure we know that Hamish wasn't actually seeing me in a vision.
I won't know till I see it. I won't know till I see it, Marcus, on the day, and I can either say this was or wasn't the dream.
Are you happy to come along and be substitute?
Adam Levine is such a better option.
Well, he's 95%, so really come, but don't get your hopes up.
So, Marcus, will you, in principle, agree to be first substitute Levine?
Ooh. I feel I have to think about it.
You can have the weekend. Marcus, to think about it. We'll come back to you when we need a final answer on Monday, okay?
All right, okay.
Thank you very much. It's the Happy Hour, Hamish and Andy.
Crazy.
Topic of the big leagues. Not only did we just hear Marcus state that he does look a little bit like Adam Levine, hence could be a perfect sub singer if we get to the end of the year's show, where Adam Levine's stated to be formed.
Suspected to be.
Yes, slated definitely to be forming by us.
A suspected Adam Levine. So
that's good.
That's a treat. I think it's a radio exclusive. I don't think any other shows have got him.
But coming up, I've forgotten all about it, the excitement. Hamish
I haven't.
Has promised global fame to the three of us.
That'll be the big leagues.
Jack's become friends with us after all these years.
Jack, you're in for global fame.
I'm in, lock me in.
Which is great.
So I'll drop that idea on you guys a bit later on.
And
that's
in the
just a bit of a stand back and assess.
People are building this show by going to hamishandy.com/topics. That's the only way to get involved. Someone else has done that.
And talking of big leagues, Andy joins us. Another Andy. Mate, your friend Matt has well and truly hit the big leagues.
He certainly has, yes. That is correct.
What's happened? Am I right in saying he hit the big leagues by attracting the attention of Arnott's?
Yes, he has.
Great.
Yes.
How did this happen?
What biscuit was it surrounded by, or was that leaving it for later on? I don't want to blow this. I mean,
you'll have to get the full story off the man himself.
No problem.
But the gist of it is he did get a photo of himself licking a bus. Yep. And on the side of the bus was a Tim Tam advertisement.
Wonderful.
Ah, great. So looking at a picture of a Tim Tam on the side of the bus.
And so Arnott somehow saw this, did they?
Yeah, somehow it went through the social media networking and, it got through to Arnott and they contacted Matt and offered him a year's supply of Tim Tams to use the photo.
What is a year's supply?
Yeah,
How many?
A year's supply?
Well, that's exactly right. I think the first shipment he got was about 52 boxes. So we just assumed that it was a pack a week allowance.
Yeah.
All the same flavour or double dip, peppermint, caramel, dark chocolate?
Flavors.
That's good. That's smart.
Flavors.
That's smart because they would know that if you're actually going through a pack a week of Tim Tams, you're probably someone that likes to try the different flavours.
Exactly right. But where it got interesting was that a couple of months into it, he received another package with another 52 boxes. In these boxes was actually unreleased flavours.
Such as?
They were almost testing them on Matt.
Really?
What? I mean, this is the big leagues. Jeez, we've been really hitting some higher level stuff today. What flavours?
I believe it was the Temptations range, and that was before it was released to the general public.
And they were thinking if it
that.
tempts Matt, it'll tempt them all.
That's exactly right.
Did you get any of these, Andy?
I certainly did not.
How do we know that? Did you see them?
Oh, I did see photos. I did see evidence.
But he wouldn't let anyone near them.
He put on a bit of weight.
Yeah, that can happen when you're indulging in any biscuit more than the regular amount. Where did he keep them at the house?
Yeah, they were in the house. I'm not sure where, but you'll have to get those sort of details.
I just like he's got a panic room full of Tim Tams. He's locking himself in.
Hey, some people are preparing for Armageddon. Matt's preparing for a 5-year biscuit break, 5-year smoko. Great stuff. Thanks, Andy. That is the big leagues.
Certainly the big leagues.
And I'd say it's probably the high point of today's show. Were I not aware that I was about to give us three guys the opportunity, and the listeners of the show, everyone listening right now will be part of this. Stick around, probably 10 minutes time. Global
everyone
fame.
listening is going to be globally famous as well.
But you can say you were there. And that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, sure.
You can say you were there when the idea for global fame happened.
Trucked up this, Hamish and Andy. The topic is the big leagues, and all show have been giddy about this because Hamish has promised us a 40% chance of global fame if we follow his idea.
Well, let me throw the idea at you first.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Because you said, 40% chance. You said we'll be known by everybody. Is it
a lot of people? I mean, you can't promise complete saturation.
No. Is the fame infamy? Or is
no,
it's okay, good. Because I was just saying,
it's more awareness, really. I mean,
if we'd gone out and killed, say, the president, we would be globally famous. But
it's not a Homeland plot.
Great.
It's not Hostages.
Just wanted
to
make sure
show.
Jack and I were wanting for the right thing.
Yeah. Here's the idea. I command both of you guys to go and assassinate royals.
Yeah.
And we got it. What do you say? Are you in?
Can I ask you a question as well?
Yep.
Are we all equally famous?
The show will become famous, and therefore the listeners of this show, if you are listening right now and you're part of the family, you can have a special element of pride to go, well, I was there before the tsunami of fame.
This is the big leagues. Can I ask one more question, please?
Yeah. Ask all day. I got all day.
Great. Are we talking, will I be more well-known than the Queen or equally? Or more kind of a George Clooney-esque well-known?
Well, we're not. We might go to the Academy Awards for this, but I don't want to get ahead of. I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves. Sure. But we're going to invent something, and if it gets picked up, we'll probably more people will use this thing than people that use currency with the Queen on it. Will be more widely used than the Queen's merchandise.
Unleash. Do you want a little drum roll?
No.
Okay.
Don't need one. A cheap trick.
Okay.
But speaking of cheap gimmicks, this is sort of what the invention is. It occurred to me the other day. I was just having a little think. As we know, the official hat of our show is the sombrero.
Yes.
And we all love the sombrero. I have a small tattoo of a sombrero, and I've never regretted it.
Just in your opening phrase, I'm lessening our chances, Jack, to around about
No.
to 1%.
No. This is the pre. I just need you guys to be thinking sombreros.
Okay.
Yesterday I was texting my wife. We're texting back and forth. She wanted Mexican for dinner. And so she threw in a little cactus emoji, little symbol on the iPhone. Emoticon. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then I was like looking around. I was like, well, I'll just flick back the sombrero emoji. There isn't.
I knew it would be.
How do we go about designing
because
the sombrero emoji and getting Apple to put it in the emoji keyboard?
Others that I want in.
No, sombrero. We get our own emoji. I'm serious. We take this to Apple. They need a sombrero. They've got a top hat. I just send her a top hat, and then in brackets go and pretend this is a sombrero. Now imagine how many people are doing that from day to day. Can you imagine the fame that would be bestowed upon us if we were known as the sombrero emoji guys?
Yeah,
everyone can use the emoji. I want to give us 1 year. 1 year to this day to get Apple in California to adopt the sombrero emoji.
All right. Do you want me like my brother does graphic design? Do you want him to start one, or
maybe we'll put it out to the people?
Okay.
The first thing we need is a very small picture of a sombrero.
Well, let's have a large picture of
that we can shrink down.
Yeah,
of course.
And then
I'm detecting a little bit of disappointment in the global fame idea.
Yeah, you are. Yep.
Mate, I'll do this myself. I'll go to Tim Cook, the head of Apple, myself, and go, listen, you're missing an emoji.
You won't. You don't have.
I'll make it my pilgrimage.
You never follow up ideas.
Well, maybe I won't be around next year for the show. Maybe that's another radio landscape bombshell that Andy Lee forced to hold the ship while Hamish Blake off on 12-month expedition
emoji
with a very small picture of an emoji in his pocket.
Journey.
Yeah. And I'll
We'll get around to it.
1 year.
The happy.
Hang on, no. Don't wrap it up. Are we in?
We're in.
Jack?
Yep.
Yeah. Can I get a little bit more enthusiasm, guys? Think of it, guys. And we've got our own emoji.
Happy hour.
You're out of... I might cut you out.
The big leagues today. We're going to thank everyone for going to hamishnetty.com/topics. But, Ham, you and I haven't really had a chance to catch up today.
It would be nice, and we've just had a heck of a show.
I mean, it's been a long week, and we really haven't caught up.
Great weekend. We're cruising into what's looking like it'll be a lovely weekend. Do you want to catch up over jazz?
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Ando.
Yeah, mate.
I couldn't help but notice I was at the supermarket this week.
Yeah.
Avocados are getting more expensive, but I feel in general the quality of avocado you're getting these days, I don't know if it's something in the air or they're just farming techniques are better, but they are looking really good. Yeah. Really, really good quality avocados at the moment. Yeah. And also, I'm having a baby with Zoe. Well, that's a bit of big news.
The avocado stuff Yeah.
So that's two big wins from this week. Get an avocado and, due next year. Obviously. Because it's November.
Hey, Ham.
Yeah.
Just couldn't help but notice you were talking about avocados today, but also mentioned that you were having a baby.
The baby news.
Yes. That news you just told everyone about the baby for next year.
Well, there was two bits of news.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the second thing.
The second
thing. Which is me being a dad soon.
Yeah. How high on the list is Andy as a potential name?
For girls, it's right up there. We love Andy McDowell as a first name.
Yeah.
For boys, it's just above Casper.
It's not good.
It's in the top 1,000. Hey, Ando.
Yeah, mate. Hey, congrats on the avocado thing from before.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Oh, and the baby.
Well, I just want to say that as of this week, Zoe and I, if you just missed it, we can confirm the final scan and can confirm we are expecting to buy more avocados next week. We're really into them at the moment. And also, yes, the baby. This baby talk. I'm worried the baby talk will overshadow the serious point I was scared of making about avocados and being better quality at the moment.
If your wife Zoe, and again, congrats on the baby news.
Can't wait. Very happy.
doesn't give birth to a human...
Oh, boy. The ultrasound's, just so you know, it's looking human.
Yeah, okay, but if it was anything...
A sneaky...
What else would make you the most happy behind human?
I think I speak for both of us when I say sloth.
Oh, right. I thought Xbox One.
Xbox One, due November 22nd. While we're talking due dates. I'm not saying Xbox, you should send me one for the baby. But he might like it. Ando.
Yeah, mate.
Obviously, next year you want to become a dad.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, depending on who you tell, people that don't have kids, they just go, oh, good.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
People that do have kids, they go, oh, yeah, you're dead. You're dead, nappies, etc. I am not scared of the work involved, obviously, in raising a young human life.
Yeah.
But just as a side question, how hard do you think it would be to train our cat between, say, now and next June how to change nappies? Or at least dispose of them with its paws and mouth?
Considering your cat does nothing over its long time of living with you and the first time I've met it, I'd say, pretty slim.
I'm going to have to do it all myself.
Well, with help of Zoe.
That's true. Maybe, can she train me to do nappies? I doubt it.
That's all we've got time for this afternoon. Hey, mega congratulations to you and, of course, Zoe.
The only downside is somehow the women's mags guessed it or whatnot, which is a real sour note in what should be otherwise a joyous time in two people's lives.
But they've been guessing it for months and months and months. I mean,
they did get it wrong for a bit, and then annoying with it. But I suppose if you're a ladies' mag and you have to make stuff up every day, you're going to get something right eventually.
Yes, exactly.
So good on them for fluking one amongst all the other random guesses they take. But also, Ando, can't wait. Obviously, the child looks forward to having you as an uncle and you teaching it your crazy old... creepy Uncle Andy.
Yeah.
Can't wait to introduce you.
I don't think I'm creepy Uncle
So you accept crazy old?
I can be crazy old more than creepy. That'd be nicer. Anyway, we'll catch you next week, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend, whether you're an expectant parent or not.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.